Okay. So we all know that there's the main 5 things that it takes to work this business. So if you guys didn't know, I just started doing polls in the team page, okay? So every single day there's going to be a poll that just literally has tasks to do each day. The reason for that is because I want you guys to see how simple it is to work this business. If you do those things each day, you will be successful. We post, we message, we add, we interact, and we follow up, okay? Those are the 5 things that we do. It's so freaking simple. You just have to get into a routine. And I think for newbies, the hardest part is that all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm normally on social media already, but now I have to actually be doing something intentional with it, right? But I promise you, maybe set an alarm so that you don't forget to post, maybe set an alarm for messaging, set an alarm each day, a couple times a day, and do those tasks that are on there, and you will get into such a simple routine. I mean, I can make a post while I brush my teeth. Seriously. But we have so many resources. So the post ideas page has so many amazing posts for you guys. And if you are new, keep in mind that the team pages have so much amazing information. They have videos, they have all sorts of stuff. However, the announcement section of the Make It Happen page or Stacy's page or Eliana's page, no matter what page it is, the most important stuff we put in the announcement section. So look at that stuff first, and besides that, you can search keywords for everything else, okay? So it's super, super, super important. And I love it too because Alejandra just said she tries to message every hour for 10 minutes. That's amazing. If you just set an alarm for whatever your schedule is, you guys, get on that routine. It's so freaking simple. So there's a few main things that I want to talk about today, and all of your leaders are going to help jump in, give their 2 cents at this. So I want to, okay, so really quick, I want to talk about, you guys, fast start bonuses, because some of the leaders and I were talking about this earlier, and it does not matter if you signed up today. I don't care if you signed up today. This is something you need to write down, and you need to make it a goal to sign a minimum of 3 distributors a month so that you can make a minimum of $300 cash bonuses each month, okay? So what a fast start bonus is, and like I said, I don't care if you signed up today and you haven't even signed your first customer. It's never too early to be looking for distributors, okay? So every time that you enroll a distributor, and I want you guys to write these qualifications down, because I've had people miss this and then they come to me and I have to re-explain it, but everything is in the documents in eSuite, okay? Every time you enroll a distributor, I don't care if it's your sister, your dad, whatever. Every time you enroll a distributor, they have 2 qualified loyal customers in their first 30 days, okay? You get a $100 cash bonus. Now, those bonuses are paid out weekly. So maybe you have a payment that's coming up that you need paid for right now, or a credit card payment. You need that paid for right now. Sign a distributor. Help fast start them. Now, a qualified loyal customer is just a loyal customer that orders 25 BV or more. Almost every single product is 25 BV or more, just not the Wow or the Greens Chews or the oils. Everything else is, okay? So it just has to be 2 customers, 25 BV or more. Now, the last qualification is that they must have their auto ship set up or have 150 in those customers, okay? So energy drinks too. So the thing is that we really want to focus on running an auto ship because you need to be a product of the product, okay? If you're not using the product, why would anyone trust you to buy them from you, right? But I understand some people, like your first month, you can't, so you have that shopping spree. Those 4 loyal customers get you that shopping spree. Okay, take some more of my food, you little fatty. Okay. He's going to keep coming back. It's like a cat. I just fed him, and he's going to keep coming back. Okay, so anyways, so they either have to run their auto ship or hit 150 BV, personal bonus volume, with those customers that they sign, okay? Super simple. How many of you guys do not understand what I just said? And I want you to be honest, because I don't want you guys to jump off and not know what the heck I'm talking about. So that means if you sign 5 distributors and help fast start them, that's $500 a month, and you haven't even gone Ruby yet. So make it a goal to sign however many distributors a month in the income that you want to make. Okay. So those are super important. And then I want to really quick talk about kids all over the place. I really quick want to talk about discipline, and then I'm going to let some of the other girls share some of the other things. Fast starting them is what I just said. So they have 2 customers, you sign them, they have 2 customers in their first 30 days, you just fast started them. You just earn that bonus. That's what that means. It's called a fast start bonus. So we say we fast started them. That makes sense. Okay, so I really want to talk about discipline, you guys. So if y'all 2 don't stop, you are distracting the crap out of me. I know you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I see your eyes and I see your stop it. Yeah, drink your coffee at 7 p.m. at night. Okay, and your collagen, coffee and collagen, good products of the products. Okay, so anyways, they're like texting and laughing with each other. You guys, I see everything. I don't care how many people are on here. This kid keeps eating my sandwich. Okay, so anyways, discipline, you guys. Discipline is everything in this business. There are days where I'm not freaking motivated. I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do nothing today. I'm tired. I got kids running around. These kids are like driving me nuts. Or maybe they're doing great, but I just woke up on the wrong side of the freaking bed, right? But this business requires you to do it anyways, right? And sometimes you're like, well, that sucks. I don't want to do it. It's working based upon your goals, not based upon how you feel, okay? Working based upon your goals, not based upon how you feel. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, that is the key to this business. It is. I love Courtney. She's got a face mask on. She is showing me love. She's like, yes, girl, yes. I love it. I love it so much. So it's being disciplined, like how Alejandra just said that she messages for 10 minutes every hour. Do you think sometimes she doesn't want to do that? Absolutely. But she does it anyways. So a couple things that I do to help keep me disciplined, you guys, is that I have my goals on my fridge. Because as long as you know what you want, it's very easy to be disciplined. And I like using the example that I heard in a video once. It was this YouTube video, and I've shared this before, but I know there's so many newbies, where the whoever's speaking, he asked this person, hey, listen, would you, they said they're not a morning person, so it's super hard for them to get up to work their business before they go to their normal job, right? So she's like, I'm just not a morning person. It's so hard for me to get up. It's wretched. Like, I just don't want to do it, all this kind of stuff. And what he said was, okay, if I offered you, $50,000 to be at my house at 5 a.m., what time would you be at my house? And she said, I'd be there at 4:30, right? And all of a sudden, she became disciplined overnight because she wanted it bad enough, right? She wanted it bad enough. So I think the biggest thing is that if any of you guys are not working your business consistently, or you don't wake up with that passion, that excitement, it's just that you don't want what you think you want bad enough. You have to want it. And so I want you guys to do do this little task that I'm going to give you. So I want you to make 10 lines on a paper, and I want you to say, but why, but why, but why? So why do you want this business? Okay. So I'm just going to use an example. Why do you want this business? Because I want to make $2,000 a month. Why do you want to make $2,000 a month? Well, because I would love to pay my bills without stressing. Why do you want to pay your bills without stressing? Because most people do that and they're fine. And because when I was growing up, my parents fought. They fought all the time because all they were doing was stressing about paying the bills. Okay, so why? Like, why do you not want to be like them? Because I don't want to be the example for my parents and they got divorced. I don't know. I'm just using an example, you guys, But when you dig deep and then you know, okay, I'm waking up because my life counts on it. I'm waking up early and I'm being disciplined because my future counts on it. Because people, the things that you do each day, you don't know how much it's actually affecting you 6 months, a year from now. You skipping one day or putting off working your business for a week or even, a few days, you have no idea how much it actually sets back your goals. That could have been the day that you signed your next rock star. That one day could have set you back 6 months. You just don't know. You just don't know. And so I almost work hard each day. I know exactly what I want and why I want it. And now I'm so disciplined. It doesn't even matter if I didn't know what I would want. I would still do this business because after 6 years, it's like brushing my teeth. I'm just going to do it anyways. But I constantly have to redream. I constantly have to tell myself, what am I really looking for? Okay, why do I want to make, $63,473? Why do I want to make that? Why do I want one check to be that? And I have to dig down deep and I have to figure out why, because that's what actually gets me up. Because I know a lot of us, we want money, but most of us are not necessarily driven by money. We're what money can give us. I am driven by, I say, okay, I want money. It's great, but it's because I want to take the vacations. It's because I want the house. It's because I want to be at home with my kids. It's because I don't want to send my husband to work. That's why, right? So you have to figure out why you actually want it. And that's going to help you be disciplined each day. It really is, you guys, because if I said, girl, come to my house, even if you lived in California, if I said, hey, be at my house at 5 a.m. and I'll give you $10,000 cash, y'all would figure it out. You would figure it out. I don't care if you're over in freaking Canada. You would figure out a way to get to my house, would you not? And so that's what this business is. You're just not seeing the $10,000 before it's there, but it's there. You guys, it is there. It's right there. It's behind all of your work. So yeah, Alejandra, do you want to share? Do you want to unmute yourself and share your why?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, what was the question?
Do you want to share your why? I was just reading the comments really quick and some of the people were saying that.
Yes, for sure. So, okay, so when I started, a little background on me real quick. I'm not running errands, but I started the business 3 years ago because I wanted to be home with my kids. And, that was it, and that's what I said in the chat. If your kids are your why, like, how dare you give up? Like, shame on you if you feel unmotivated one day, because my kids are enough motivation and enough, of a push, literally, to wake me up. Okay. So, like, if I want to get up, they'll wake me up. Okay. So I'm just thinking, if I'm saying that they're my why and I want to be with them and I want to see them grow and I want to be able to afford ballet, afford, gymnastics and things like that, which aren't cheap, then how dare I give up on myself? Because I'm not just giving up on me, I'm giving up on them. And like, I wouldn't be able to live with that. Now, after like I was able to be home and that the business was actually like giving me that income to where it was like, oh, okay, now I have fun money, it wasn't just pay the bill money. It was actually like I got to go to Target, without worrying about, my card declining. Then it changed to getting my husband and his situation fixed. I know some of you guys don't know my story, but so I started wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. And then after that, it kind of evolved a little bit. And my husband was going through an immigration process. And it was expensive as heck. And we just could not afford to keep the process continuing, so we put it on hold. It took us 6 years to do what normally takes people 2 years because we did not have the finances for it. We paid off $15,000 in debt, just being able to like breathe and not having to worry about a credit card, was able to give us that extra income to be able to have true freedom, which is not being worried if he was going to get like deported the next day, you know what I mean? Or, just, you never know. And just having that assurity of my family being complete. Now it's like, okay, now it's, bringing him home, starting our own business. Aside from it works, he has goals and dreams that I want to help him accomplish. Your why starts to evolve with you. And now like my team is my why. Like, I know what it feels like to be debt free. I know what it feels like to be home with my kids. I know what it feels like to go have dinner in the middle of the week or breakfast or whatever, or just even a simple Starbucks run and not have to be worried about an $8 tab for coffee and a sandwich. You know what I mean? So if I know how awesome that feels, I want you to know how awesome that feels. But I can't want it more for you than you want it for yourself. So that's why you have to say, like, how important is my family to me? At the bottom line, you guys, it's not that you don't have time. It's not that you can't sign customers or distributors. It's that it's not important to you, and that your family's not important to you. And that seems so harsh, you guys, and I'm so sorry from the bottom of my heart. But like I said, if you're going to give up that easily, you're giving up on your family. Point, like, simple, you know, mic drop. Because I can't look at my kids in the face and say, you know what, I'm going to go back to work. Sorry, it was nice while it lasted. You know, no. Like, I look at them and say, because I get to work next to you every single day, I can't give up. There's no way in heck that I know what freedom is like and then to go back to work to a 9 to 5. No way. So because I know how awesome that feels, I want you to know how awesome that feels. So it's like, you have to take your enroller by the hand. You have to, if you don't have one, they left, look for your next upline. Like, you have so many top leaders on the page that are around you that we can help you. There's more than enough. Okay. Even if no one writes you back, there's more than enough on team pages for you to go look, use the search bar and say, okay, how to talk to a loyal customer, how to sign a distributor, how to grow your Instagram, how to grow your Facebook. There are more than enough tools for you guys, literally on a silver platter. You got to take it though. You got to take it. And like I said, if you put an excuse, you just don't want it bad enough. Sorry. Plain and simple. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. You're awesome. You're amazing. Okay. You're still on the little special view. So let me take you off it, or else everyone's going to just keep watching you. Okay. So, man. All right. That was awesome. I love what you said, where you said, like, it's just not important enough to you, because I could give you like a hella long list of people that gave me a reason why they couldn't do this, whether it was time, this, that, kids, family, all this stuff going on. But then one day they chose and they found out what their why was, or one day something clicked. One day they watched a video of mine and they messaged me and say, oh, I'm ready to run. I'm ready. I know Cassie, she always talks about the one that was her. She was not working the business at all for a very long time. And she watched this video that I made on the team page just talking about no other option. Like, I'm not giving myself any other option. I refuse to live a normal life, because normal is hella stressful. Normal is paycheck to paycheck. Like, I refuse that. I refuse to send my kids to a daycare when I see all these nasty stories on Facebook. I refuse. Absolutely, I refuse. I refuse to send my husband to a job where he's going to not make crap. And even if he did make decent money, I wouldn't see him all day. What is money if you don't see anyone that you actually care about and love? And so after she watched that video, now she's about to go diamond. She signed more people in the shortest amount of time that I've ever seen her do. It wasn't that she couldn't before. It's just that she hadn't decided she wanted it bad enough. It's really that simple, you guys. But yeah, I love using other people's examples, because if you guys could see what I see when people just decide, it's not a month, it's not anything, it's just one moment. It's crazy. It's just one moment that people say, hey, you know what? Actually, I'm going to be a freaking ambassador one day. And then you're like, oh, hi. Okay. Nice to see you again. And then they just take off. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier on my video on the team page. You guys are just looking for 1%, like, you know, 20% of your team is going to do 80% of the work. That's just how it is. And you're just looking for those few that just want it like you want it. Yeah, Stacy, it took her a year to decide. Did I quit along the way? Because I was like, you know what? I thought Stacy was going to be a runner, but she ain't doing nothing for a year. Absolutely not. I continued forward. I kept my vision. And because I kept my vision, she kept watching my vision. She kept watching what I was doing. And then she's like, okay, yeah, all right, let's do this. Boom. And then just explosion. And that's what happened with pretty much like half of the leaders on this team right now. And so that's what I love, you guys. Like, it's not you. It's not the way you look. It's not your Facebook. You know, like there are people that didn't even have an Instagram when they started, and now every single person that they sign is from Instagram. Like, you just have to make the decision. Okay. So, yeah, Jamie too. Gosh, I must sign up people that are just like, and then they're like, you know what? Let's do this later. Because that's like all my leaders, but I don't care. That's why I just keep going, because I have that faith that like one out of the, 20 people I've signed in the last 2 weeks, one of them is going to be a diamond, a double, a triple, a presidential ambassador in the next couple years. I already know. So Eliana, can you share your organizational tips? If you want to share anything else, yes, go for it too, but you have really awesome organization. And so I think it's super important for you guys to know that organization from day one is important, because you will start to have so many people that you're talking to that are reaching out to you. And if you don't organize it, you will forget to follow up, and people will slip through the cracks. And the fortune is in the follow-up.
Hey guys. Okay, so real quick before I share my organization videos, just because I love this whole deal about your why. So when I first started, guys, my why was just to make $500 a month. I did not look past 500. I couldn't even see past 500. I just wanted $500 to be able to get out of debt. That was like my why. I was like up to here with debt, you guys. It sucked. I mean, it literally, like, if you have debt, you know how it is. Like, you're going to sleep, you're stressed out. You're like, man, those bills are coming in, the credit cards, the late fees, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like being paycheck to paycheck. I could never make more to continue to get out of that debt. And so I was like, man, is it only going to be like minimums coming out each month, And so that was my why, you guys. But then, like, the thing about that is, like, when you start, you have to really connect with your why, and you have to make it a goal to not quit, you guys. Take quitting off the table. You've heard me say this over and over, but that's how success happens. You got to take quitting off the table. Yesterday, I was just like sitting there. This girl quit because she didn't get some customers. She hasn't even been in 30 days. And I'm just like, you gave yourself 30 days or less to succeed. Like, how interesting. But it's just like, people don't have the belief or the vision when they first start. And a lot of people are not, they just have that quitting mindset. And it's so sad. And that's one thing I'm so thankful for, that I do not have a quitter mindset. And honestly, I'm so glad I didn't, because I've never actually quit. I've slowed down times in my business, you guys, but quitting has never been an option for me whatsoever. This is what I wanted. This is what I saw the vision as well. Eventually, Christy's been constantly showing it to us all these years. But once you make 500, once you start paying off those credit cards, once you start putting in, once you know, oh my gosh, I came in for 500, now I'm making 1,000, now I'm making 2,000, now I'm making 5,000. You keep going. A lot of the times you do not want to get stuck in like, okay, so you accomplished your goal. Like, my overall goal was to become debt free. I didn't become debt free until 3 years. I believe it was 2.5 or 3 years of being in the company. Where my husband and I were able to pay off all of, $55,000 of debt, you guys. And then what happens? Then you go and get another goal, So now it's crazy. I was just telling Christy earlier today on our Voxer, like, our goal is to so we owe $270,000, you guys, in our home. Okay. My goal is to pay that off. I do visualize myself sleeping in a home that is completely paid off. I do visualize myself writing a big old check and completely paying that thing off. I visualize putting my house title in my freaking office, because I know that It Works is going to pay off for my entire house. But see, I know it, but I'm putting in the work for it too. I'm not just wishing for it. I'm working for it. And then you just have to have a goal, you guys, of where you're going, before all that. So yeah, we became debt free, and then we had a debt free wedding and a debt free honeymoon and blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, our goal is going ambassador and all that, but we're constantly looking further and further. Paying off the house is like our biggest goal in our entire dream board, you guys. That's been like my goal forever. But then after we pay off the house, it doesn't stop there, you guys. You have to continue dreaming big. Our goal after that is to go and start buying a house every year if we can, or even 2. And our goal is to eventually own 15 homes that are fully paid off to give us, you know, an entire passive income. So you guys, you have to have like your vision, like where do you want to be in 5 years or in 10 years or in 20 years, you know? And that's why every time you go and get to your goal, you now have the next one ready for you to continue working on, you know? But if you're not dreaming big enough, if you're so stuck on like the little debt you have or whatever, then you are going to throw in the towel. And if you are not working on your mindset, it is so important. You got to constantly be growing on your mind, be working on your mindset, growing your faith, your belief, and everything, you guys, in order for you to continue to excel and look for better ways. Today we were listening to a motivational video, and it talked about when you know, when you believe so strongly in what you want, the how will come to your mind. But if you do not even believe that you're capable of signing distributors, or that you're capable of signing customers, or you're capable of reaching diamond, double, triple presidential ambassador, then the how will never come to your mind, because you've already blocked it. You've already like, oh, that's not going to happen. So why even take 2 seconds and think about it, right? When you're like, heck yes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be an ambassador. I'm going to be a black diamond. It's going to start coming to your mind, you guys. You're going to start tapping into literally your full potential. And I believe every single person here in this Zoom, you guys have, even if you're tapping already into your full potential, guess what? You have more than that. You have way more in you that you can even imagine, that you can even think of right now, but you are literally cutting yourself short if you are not always, you know, growing your mindset and continuing on tapping into that full potential. You know, 5 years ago when I started this business, I had no idea I'd become the woman that I am today with the mindset that I have today. It was not even like, I was a completely different person, you guys. I was a full-on party girl 6 days out of the week in my little high heels, freaking dresses, like clubbing. Like I was a total different girl. Christy talked to me about some dream board. I thought that was hilarious. And here we are, you know what I mean? So you guys just constantly have to be growing. Stop fearing failure. I hear that all the time. It's like, fear of failure. Like you guys, you are failing forward. Matter of fact, if you are not failing, you are never going to reach success. Get used to failing. Get used to failing and learning and failing forward and moving on. And, you know, you have to make mistakes in this business in order for you to continue to grow. And matter of fact, if you're making mistakes, you're working. You're doing what you got to do. If you said the wrong thing to a customer, guess what? You're working. Tap yourself in the back. You know what I mean? Like pat yourself on the back. You are doing what you got to do. If you're not doing nothing, you're not even making mistakes, you're not even close to your success. So that's something that I just wanted to share with you guys, and just continue to grow on your why and your why. And like Alejandra says, do not make your why your freaking excuse. Do not do that, you guys. You know, people join because I hear this all the time, like, oh, well, I don't have time. Well, nobody ever joined because they had all this time in the world and they had nothing else to do but start a networks business. You gotta just think outside the box, you guys. Come on, and think long term. You know, I saw one of our potentials the other day when we went to the mall. She's been working there for years and we've been shopping there for years. So I'm like, girl, you're still here. I'm still here, you know? So, and I was like, it's about time you give it a try. And she said, and I finally said, what is holding you back? You have literally watched me for years. She said, I'm just so afraid of failing. Like, what if I eventually leave this job and then I don't make it? I was like, are you kidding me? First of all, there's many jobs out there. This isn't the only job in the world. Second of all, time is going to pass by anyway. In the next 5 years, do you think your job will raise your income to 30 grand a month? Absolutely not. No, you guys, come on, like get serious with yourself. Just have fun, be excited. You're going to enroll your rock stars. You're going to enroll a ton of people. But if you're not putting in the work, you're not putting in the action, God cannot bless what you do not do, period. Okay, now let's get into some organization stuff. Okay, so we were talking about fast starts, you guys, and I'm really, really big on fast starts. So, and we were actually talking about this earlier with Christy and Stacy, and just making sure that you're keeping a notebook with all your enrollments, you guys. So, for example, this is my enrollments, and I think I talked about it last time, I'm not sure, but this is my January enrollments. And then so I keep track of all my fast starts, all my distributors, all my customers, and where I place those customers. And no matter what, you guys, my goal is in front of my face all the time. I am Ambassador March 2019. And then you move on. So then we have February. Let me show you guys. So then February, I haven't reached all the fast starts there, but we have all the distributors, all the customers, and the placements, and then March again. So this is what my March looks like so far. Customers and distributors so far. Same goal, just making sure that you're constantly writing down who you're enrolling, where you're placing, and do not miss on those fast starts, you guys. Caesar and I paid off so much debt because of fast starts. Fast starts is the way for you to give yourself the kind of raise that you want every single month. If you want $500 a month, no matter what, enroll 5 distributors and make sure that you either are, matter of fact, you're supposed to be teaching your distributors to enroll those customers, but make sure that you are either teaching them that and helping them do that, or you securing those fast starts yourself by giving them 2 customers each, so that you are getting those $500. And when you're able to do that, you guys, that's literally how I started. Then I was like, okay, what if we up it? 10 distributors a month, $1,000 in fast starts. Boom. What if we up it again? 20 distributors. What if we up it again? 30 distributors, 40 distributors. And then you just continue to go on and on and on. And you guys, get to diamond. When you get to diamond, you have the license to print money, like how Mark says. You now do not get paid $100 for every distributor you enroll. You get paid $180. So it's 180, 180, 180, When you get to double, triple, press, it keeps on going up and going up. You guys, as a presidential, I get paid $245 for every distributor I enroll. So that is a ton of money, you guys. 20 distributors times $245, that is $5,000. that I can give myself a raise because I want to. Yes, it comes with work, but because I want to. 30 distributors times $245 each, you guys, that is like almost $7,400 on top of all the commissions. So why not work for it? Why not continue to grow your social media, your network, continue to message, continue to plant seeds, and do all those little things that all add up to big success? It's the small things that you do daily. None of this happened overnight. You have to do those little things consistently for it to sum up. And then another thing, you guys, so yeah, the enrollments are great and everything, but if you're not tracking your potentials, you're not writing down who you have as a PLC and a PDT, a potential distributor, potential customer, then there's no way for you to know even where to follow up or who to follow up. So make sure that you are constantly writing them down. Like, for example, I'll show you guys, for example, my February list. And we have this uploaded in both, my team page, Make It Happen Rappers too. So you guys have access to this. So basically I write down, this is February, all their names, their Instagram, phone number if possible. And then this is for customers. And then all the products they're interested in. Highlighted people are the ones that they've already enrolled. And then I usually like to go by month. I tell my team all the time, you have these lists. In this list, there's 30 names. There's 30 slots, You should be filling out 30 PDTs and 30 PLCs per month. If you're planting 60 seeds a month, you guys, you are at minimum, okay? The goal is to be obviously filling out more pages, but if you're planting 60 seeds a month, trust me, and if you are following up with them, you are going to enroll customers and distributors left and right. But if you are not writing down your people or following up with them or even tracking how many potentials you're bringing in a month, how would your business grow? You guys, there's something that's always stuck with me in Caesar, and it's what you track grows. If you track your income, you guys, guess what? It's going to freaking grow. If you track your potentials, it's going to grow. If you track your team, it's going to grow. If you track, your money, if you track everything, you guys, we track literally down to our groceries, how much we spend in our groceries, because we went from spending all kinds of money to be, going out restaurants to we're saying, okay, how do we save? So how are we going to track our money where we're saving, So it begins with things like that. If you do not learn to track all kinds of stuff, like it starts with the smallest things. Like literally when I tell my team, okay, you have debt to pay off? Do you know how much debt you have to pay off? And if they're like, no, I've never even looked at it, I'm afraid of calling the bank account or the cards or whatever, the debt collections. You got to know how much you got if you really want to pay off your debt down to the penny. I literally make my team write down, literally card after card, how much, cent after cent, loans, you name it. And I want a full on, like, literally a number of how much debt you have to pay off. Because like I said, you guys, whatever you track will grow. Learn to track your things, and everything you want in your life will absolutely grow. And so that's what I have. You don't got to be this crazy organization type of person, but you do have to understand that what you track grows. And so whatever you want in your life for it to maximize or decrease, track it starting tonight.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. I wrote down something I just wanted to reiterate if nobody heard her. The biggest thing that I see, I don't want to say it's a mistake, but the biggest thing that I think everybody needs to learn is that you must be adding to your list every single month. Like she said, 30 potential customers and 30 potential distributors. If they're not coming to you, you need to be going to them. Eventually, they're going to come to you when you have a little bit of success. Like when you go Ruby, blow it up all month long, they're going to start to come to you because you've proved that you've been able to make money here. But before you're going to have to go to them. That's just what it is. But if you have a list of 5 potential distributors, when I ask somebody that wants to go Ruby, I say, okay, awesome. How many potentials do you have? They're like, well, I have 5 potentials and 1 wants to sign up next week. I'm like, all 5 could never sign. They could literally never sign. And you are banking on them. If somebody is not signed up yet, they ain't nothing. Literally, they're not signed up until they are signed up. When one of my girls says, oh my gosh, I signed a 30 BB, I say, okay, cool. Let's place it there. It's, oh, well, I'm waiting for her information. She is not signed up yet. She is not signed up yet. I mean, I know that every single person I talk to will eventually sign up because the business is awesome and they're just going to watch me till the day they die. But it might be in 5 years. I have literally had people watch me for 3 years that just signed up. I see you, girl. Yeah. And, it's like if I would have waited for her or been on my list, I would be a Ruby. I don't wait for anybody. I'm constantly looking for new because I know that if I do enough hard work tonight, I could go sign a distributor. I already know. I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to interact with them. I'm going to offer the business to people. They're going to go to my page, be like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And I could sign them right now. I could find someone that's ready right now. Okay. But my list of people, most of them are going to take 7 to 12 follow-ups minimum, you guys. Most people that I message, they are not going to sign up right away. You are planting a seed. This is something that is probably, I think, the key to this business because you must have patience without waiting, right? So your patience is the fact that you have a list of people that you're growing every single day and you know that they're all going to eventually sign and that you're going to keep growing that list no matter what. You are not going anywhere. You are going diamond. You are going double. You're making $5,000 a month no matter what. But the impatience part of it is the fact that you're doing the work every single day to grow that list and you know those people are going to come around. So new people on your list every single day is like life goals. And those sheets that Eliana made, they're so freaking organizingly awesome that everybody should go print them out. We actually have the same notebook for our fast starts. It doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be done. It's very simple, you guys. They are in the files of the team page. That's where they are. They're in the files. Okay, that was awesome, Eliana. Thank you so much. And you guys, one thing that I know Eliana did with hers, she kind of explained it, but she wrote out all her debt and like which amount came from which. And she said, okay, I have a credit card of $550. She said, okay, I need to sign 5 distributors and fast start them to pay off this credit card. So I want you guys, if any of you guys have debt, I want you to, don't be so scared. That's something I think people that stops them from doing good in this business is just the fear of the unknown. But once you dive into it, it makes it so much easier. So make a list if you have debt. And the faster you become open with your business and with yourself, the faster your business will grow. Because guess what? I'd say probably like 60-70% of the world has some sort of debt. And by you saying, hey, you know what? I just started this business. I have $45,000 of student loan debt, and this business is going to pay it off. You make $100 fast start. You say, I paid $100 off of my student loan debt. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, like she's actually doing it. And you guys, how many of you guys have ever had like a problem that you just want to ignore? But it always seems to grow. It seems to irk at you, irritate you, frustrate you, make you sad, make you angry, all this kind of stuff. It's when you ignore it. But as soon as you just face it and you just dive into it, you're like, okay, that wasn't that bad. So I really want you guys to do that. And I want you to just, the faster you become open with it, the better. Okay. And that leads me to,
Can I pause really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys, we were listening. I think it's Secrets of a Millionaire, The Millionaire Mind. No, well, not today, but we always listen to that one book as well, which I really recommend it to you guys. So it's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, right? I think that's what it's called. So anyway, you guys, one of the things that always caught my attention from that book is if you do not learn to run your money will run you. So are you running your money, or are you afraid of your money where you're running away from it and it controls you? So learn to control your money, your income, or it will literally control you for life, you guys. Do not be afraid of going in your bank account. Do not be afraid of going into, what your debt looks like. Learn to face it, and that is how you will overcome your fears. So if your fear, you have fear of debt, fear of going live, fear of following up, fear of messaging, fear of whatever, face it, you guys. That's how you overcome it. That's how you get past that. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I should have done that like 2 years ago. That's literally what you're going to be saying. So just be out of your comfort zone, you guys. You want something so bad, but you're afraid of like when I talk to people all the time, they're so afraid of their debt. Trust me, you guys, I was there too. I was literally crying, calling Christy when the last check I submitted, or I guess the last payment, it was $14,000 when we became debt free. And I was sitting there crying in my closet. But it's like, yes, it was hard. Yes, it took discipline to not spend that money while we were going debt free and things like that, growing our business, things like that, tracking everything. But it all came with the first decision of facing the freaking fear. I hated my debt, you guys. I hated going to sleep more, thinking about it, because just like what you said right now, Christy, like when you ignore it, it just like kills you inside. You're like, oh, you're always stressing about it. Just sit down, face it, and freaking tackle it, crush it, make a game plan for it. You guys, I paid literally almost all my debt with fast start bonuses. You guys can absolutely do that. And you guys know what the best and most exciting thing after that happened, because I enrolled so many distributors. So it was like a $1,000 card equal 10 distributors I had to fast start. $500 card, 5 distributors. $20,000 $2,000 card, it was 20 distributors. But you guys, what happened was I was so focused on the goal of becoming debt free and getting those distributors and those fast starts that I freaking charted myself presidential, and we went presidential the next year. That's what was amazing. Literally, like that, going debt free took us presidential. So just make sure that you're game planning and you're just going for it. Be excited.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So there's a question in here. I'm just going to kind of reiterate this, you guys. You have all the tools. If you've been on here since the beginning, then this question was technically answered. Someone said first step for newbies. You guys, we do 5 things every single day. As a newbie, I did the same 5 things. As a newbie, you do the same 5 things that I do each day. We post, we message, we add, we follow up, and we interact. Those are the 5 things you should be doing every day. That's it. Okay, and self-development. I'm sorry. Those are the 5 income-producing activities that you should be doing every day. The how of all of those things are in the team pages. I could go over how to post, how to message, how to add, how to follow up, and how to interact right now. But that's just the how. Those are easy. You post, take my post, I don't care. You message, you offer the business or the product. You add, you go to someone's page that's not a distributor and you just add people. You interact. Oh my gosh, Viri, your hair is so cute. You are so beautiful. I love you, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I have to do the accent when I talk to her. But that's like how she talks to me, so I talk to her like that. And then Viri's like, oh my gosh, girl, I love this. And then she goes to my page and then she sees those posts that I just posted, okay? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Viri, you're amazing. You should do this business with me. And she's like, okay, I'll think about it. And then I write her down a list and I do the last thing on the list. I follow up with her until she signs. I've said this and, okay, that is not racist. I wish I had an accent. Eden, first of all, my husband speaks Spanish. Okay, so all the newbies on here, if they don't know me and they don't know you, this is going to look really bad. So thanks. But anyways, so you guys, like I learned this at one of these events that we went to. I don't take anyone off my list until they sign or they die. Because everybody is eventually going to need some money or want to feel a little bit healthy. Like everybody's going to. So those 5 things I have videos or posts or scripts about in the announcement section of the Make It Happen team page. If you're not in there, I know Eliana has things in her team page, the exact same things. If you are like, oh my gosh, what do I go live about? Somebody just asked in the chat. Well, I could make you a list. Guys, I can give you an answer for everything, but I don't talk to 203 people a day. I would die, right? I would, if I had to train every single one of you guys, I would die. So what do? You be efficient. You are all grown adults. You go to Google and you say, what are some things that I can go live about each day? Boom. It's right there. Or you go to the team page and you type in like live videos. Someone probably talked about it sometime. But yes, I'm like basically Mexican. My husband speaks Spanish and I'm basically Mexican, so that's cool. Anyways, okay, so let me just see the last couple things that we had. But Stacy, really quick, can you give them some tips on posting? You always have really good posts, really good pictures, and you guys, there is going to be a time where people are just going to come to you because of the content that you put out and then adding new and interacting. I don't message now as much as I did in the beginning. I don't have to. I don't have to. But when you guys make little goals, okay, when you make little goals, it's super important to put out there when you hit them. So you made $100 fast start. I would put that on your Instagram story, your Facebook, and your Instagram as a post. If you hit Ruby, you should be blasting that all month long until you go Emerald. You went Emerald, you should be blasting that all month long until you go Diamond. Your friend that you just signed up with, she went, Emerald. You should be blasting her. You should be sharing your leaders, your sidelines, their successes, because it's just showing people that are, making the money. And then also, you guys, it's very important to welcome your new distributors on your page. You got to show people that your business is growing, because all of a sudden you started this business and then 30 days later you're making $500 a month. Like they're like, what just happened? Show the process. Show that people are joining your team. Show that you're signing customers. Show those things. If someone's placed under you, ask your enroller, hey, can I welcome them to my team? Because they are on your team. I am happy to let you welcome anyone I place under you to your team, because they are on your team and I want to see your business grow just like I want to see their business grow. But Stacy, can you give them some tips on posting, because you're really awesome?
Posting, honestly, who has like really bad anxiety about posting? Let's do some hands.
Wait, we can't hear you. Keep talking. Talk. You're not talking. Get really close.
Can you hear me? I'm screaming.
Try again. Keep talking. Okay.
It's not working.
Okay, get on your phone and then we'll go there. Eden, do you want to share something about vision or organization or simplicity or discipline? Because I just see your face and then she'll jump on through her phone.
Okay, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. So a big thing for me is writing things down. And I know Eliana just mentioned this. It's because it's very important. Your dreams and visions and dream board, whatever it is, your goals, they're not going to come into fruition until you vocalize them, until you write them down, until you're talking about them daily. Write them on your mirror, put them on your fridge, like Chrissy said. But literally, from the moment that I started this business, my mentor and enroller is Jamie, and she's awesome. And I was like, okay, what do I need to go Ruby? And she told me. And so I was like, okay, I need 3 distributors and this many customers. And I didn't know crap about charting. I just said, okay, enroll this person. Where do I place it? How much more do I need? And so I remember writing down in my notebook exactly how many more customers I needed, how many more hair, skin, nails I needed, because I didn't know crap about upselling or other products. I just knew about hair, skin, nails, and fat fighters, and a few things that I had looked at and liked from her page. And I went wild with those things. And so you don't have to know about all of the products and everything perfectly, because that's overwhelming if you're just looking at those and trying to memorize facts about them. Pick 3 products that you want to try and maybe that you've ordered, and scream about that. Blow it up on your pages and your stories and say, I'm so excited to try this. Or also faking it till you make it. That's been a huge thing for me when I was starting out. You need to blast when you are having successes, when you sign a customer or a distributor. But until you have done those things, you can take someone else's picture, filling up their gas tank and saying, oh, It Works paid for my gas. You can say that, selling a wrap is going to pay for my gas. You can say it's going to, or it is, because you're going to make that money. You have to believe in yourself and you're going to be able to do it. And like Eliana said, with paying off her debt, I remember she said she wrote out how many fast start bonuses she would need to pay off that debt. She wrote that down, exactly what she needed to the number and the cents that she needed to pay off. And it's because she wrote that down. When I'm charting for a new promotion, so say if you're charting for Ruby, you should know exactly how much volume that you need. And every night go into your eSuite, your back office, and know, okay, I signed a 30 BV customer today. Subtract that from your total and have that running total in your mind. And every day you should know how far away you are from that promotion. Because the more you think about it, the more you manifest it, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna come to fruition. And it's so excited. You need to tell everyone that you come in contact with about your goals, and they're gonna happen.
Yes, I love that. And so, okay, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but I understand what you mean, girl, like by not like faking it till you make it. But the thing is I have to put out there what I want before I have it, or else no one will believe that I have what it takes to lead them to their successes. So faking until you make it is not being fake. You're not being fake. You're casting a vision for something that you want and that you know you're going to get before it's actually there. Yeah, exactly. It's like borrowing confidence. It's having faith. For me, it's like I used to watch these leaders and I was like, okay, I have no freaking idea how they are coming up with these phenomenal posts. Like, where do they come up with these words and this magical stuff? Like, I just thought they were like unicorns. Like, I was like, there's just no way I can make this post. So you know what I did? I borrowed it. I faked that I was as good as them before. I was as good as them, and now I am an ambassador and they are ambassadors and we are on the same level. So that is what I think she means, like fake it till you make it. Because when you're starting this business, you don't have people flooding your inbox. You know, like, and you don't have that confidence to be like, oh, I'm going to make $1 million. No, but you got to borrow that confidence, and you got to borrow that amount of, I guess, like skill. That's really what it is to me. And I still borrow people's posts because you know what? Some of them, they sign more than me. So I'm like, okay, so I'm just going to pretend like I'm signing as much as them and be them and mirror them and act like them, and then I'm going to become them. So I totally understand what you meant, but I think that's more what Eden meant. Like, you got to fake it till you make it, because you haven't made any money, and you have to say, hey, don't yell at me. And you have to say, you know what? This is what I'm going to make. this is what I'm going to make. Just like what she said, hey, I'm gonna pay for my gas with my next check, because that's going to put it out into the universe that you are gonna do it. I always tell everybody, like, your promotion, and Jessica has been such a good example of doing this, and I love it. She put out that she was going diamond February 2019, and guess what? She did it. And so her inbox has been flooding. She put it on her mirror, took a picture of herself with it. Her inbox has been flooding with distributors signing up because they're like, oh my gosh, like, you did it. You did what you said you were going to do. So she's like, you know what? And she erased that. She's like, double diamond. She's like, double diamond, March 2019. And she made herself, it's the exact same picture. She's in the exact same bathroom, but it has a different goal. So you have to put it out there, you guys. You really have to put it out there. You guys, like, the thing is that some of you guys, you're reading so much into this. Like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. We post, we message, we add, we follow up, and we interact. You have got to get your minds right. If your mind is not in the right place, you just won't go anywhere. If you look at what you have instead of where you're going, you're a dog chasing its tail, literally going in circles. You're walking backwards. It's like a friggin' pilot trying to see what's behind him when he's flying a plane. Like, it's just not good. If you are brand new and you have one customer, I don't even care if you're a month in and you have one customer. Stop saying, I only have one customer. You need to say, I have a freaking customer, which means I know how to sign customers, which means I'm going to go get myself another customer. And I'm going to go get myself another customer. And you work your booty off to get yourself your first distributor, because then you know you can sign distributors. If you have signed one of each, you officially have made it. Like, you can do it. You just have to keep doing what you did over and over. You just have to find the next person that sees your post or your message and is like, you know what? Yes, girl, I'm in. It's just about finding the right people, finding that 1%. But you have to be willing to do the work. Like, you can't sit there and kumbaya and be like, I jumped on Monday Night Training. Where's my DTs? It's not going to happen. You got to go do the work. But like, blast all of these things. Like, take a picture right now, post it, and be like, oh my gosh, we have the best team ever. We just had awesome team training, whatever, because the people watching you are like, oh my gosh, that other girl that I've watched, she don't have awesome team trainings. She might, but they don't post about them. So if you post about them, she's going to want to sign with you, you know? So like, every little thing that I do, I share. Facebook and Instagram, they are my diary. They are literally my diary, and that's how I grow my business. Okay, so Stacy, geez, are you on here still with your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, there you are. Okay, and we will end with Stacy because I know it's almost 8:00, and yeah, you're on.
Okay, cool. So posting. I will say, first of all, I have not always been great at posting. And just like Christy said, we learn from other people. And still to this day, I will follow people who I look up to in the business. And I will see how, like, if they're doing well, if they're getting a lot of interaction, I will see what they are doing. And so I'm still a copycat for a lot, not all of my posts, but for a lot of it, for ideas, and I mean, even things to go live about, I will go to other leaders who go live a lot, and I will just watch their live, and I will just literally copy their confidence. It sounds crazy, but that's what you have to do. And as far as posting, you want to create emotion in nearly every single post. People know who I am. So write a list of like who you are, maybe like 3-4 things, like who are you? Who do you want people to know you as? I can't see anybody, it's freaking me out. So for me, people know I'm a mom. I talk about my kids all the time. They know I'm obsessed with the freedom that I have because that's literally all I talk about. They know that I have been on a weight loss journey because I post about it nearly every single day. They also know that I struggle with, mental illness, but I'm positive about it, and I turn it around and I turn it into, it's not happening to you. It's like I'm able to inspire other people because of the things that I've been through and the things that I deal with every day, because I turn it into a positive light. People know me for those things. So who do you want people to know you as? And that is what you post about. So when I'm talking about like the business, I will create an emotion. I will talk about how I felt years ago when I was broke, when I was broken, when I was in a bad marriage, when I was feeling depressed, but yet wasn't getting help, when I was feeling really fat and looking fat, but not doing anything about it. And I was just feeling bad for myself. Things like that. I created an emotion of my past and how my life is so much better. And the other thing is, I always talk about how I'm human. I'm not perfect. I did a video the other day of one of my breakdowns. I had a breakdown, like a panic attack, and I didn't take a video right at that time, but I made a video of that experience, and I was like crying, and I mean, it got so much love because it was real, and it was like people felt that, and people love emotion, they love authenticity, they love when you're being yourself, and they can really see who you are. And so when you're posting, I think it's hard for new people, at least they think it's difficult to start posting about stories, about your story. It doesn't have to be, you don't even have to talk about your business yet. You can just talk about how, well, you do want to talk about your business, obviously. So like, for example, why did you join? Just because you don't have a success story yet does not mean that you're not going to have one. It doesn't mean that you don't feel a certain way right now. So why did you join? Tell people why you joined, and tell them how this business is going to help you achieve what you want out of life, out of all of it. Let them know all of that. Let's see. I put here, you almost have to like annoy yourself with how repetitive you are. I am very repetitive about my posts. Like if you guys follow me, honestly, you probably don't even see every post because everybody does not see every single post. And so that's another thing. You have to consistently post about those same exact things over and over and over again. And if you try to, I can't remember this saying, but if you're trying to be too many things all at once, you're like too broad. There's not going to be a specific type of people who are inspired by you. And yeah, I want to help anybody and everybody. However, I can't be that, like, I don't know. I'm just a mom. That's who I am. I relate to moms. And so I mainly talk about my freedom with my babies, because a lot of moms would love to have that freedom with their kids. So I talk about that all the time. And I just narrow it down to a few different things, a few different types of people. And those people are in my corner. I feel like I've got like so much support on my social media, which is crazy because they're strangers that I've never, ever, ever met before. But I feel like if I were to meet them, I would like know them. And that's what happens with like my distributors. They sign up with me and we chat so much because I'm so passionate about helping my distributors. And then when we finally meet, I almost forget that I never even met them because they relate to me and I teach them all that stuff. So yeah, you want to share your story and share it every single day, but a different version of it. Doesn't have to be really long, you guys. It could be, I do videos a lot on my Instagram stories, just talking about the experience and how I used to be broke and broken and sad and depressed. And now I'm not, because this business, like something so simple, can really relate to a lot of people. And it could just be that one video that gets them. And because somebody views something last week, it might not have been their time last week. Maybe they got let go today or something silly. Like now they're seeing it again and they're like, you know what? Maybe I should reach out. Like it happens all the time. I get messages like, I've been watching you for a really long time. I'm like, well, that's awesome. Like clearly I'm doing my job if I'm constantly posting about those things that I love, that I'm passionate about. It's not work for me. Sometimes it takes consistency for sure to post and post consistently, but it's not work. It's things that I love to talk about. It's things I'm passionate to talk about, and people can see that. And so just find those 2 things that you love, the things that you're passionate about, and just blow it up, okay? And then the interactive posts. You guys, if you see my post being super interactive, it's because I'm interactive too. I'm scrolling on Facebook and Instagram, interacting with people. I don't just scroll just to scroll. that's like a waste of time. And so I scroll and, I like to see what people are up to, but I literally will scroll for so long on Facebook, like react to it and make a genuine comment on every single thing that I see. And as I'm scrolling, I also feed out, or I like unfollow other distributors that aren't on my team or other network marketing people that I'm not going to cross recruit, and they probably aren't going to come to me about it. And if they do, then cool. But I'm unfollowing them so their posts aren't clogging my feed. My feed just needs to be just potentials. And if I want to interact with my distributors, I have a group on Facebook. I go to that group and I interact with my distributors. I go to the group of my family and I go and look and see what my family's up to, or my best friends, or whoever it is. That's what I do. My feed is all potentials. And so because I'm interacting all the time, people are seeing my stuff constantly. So post with emotion, share your story in a different version of every single day, your weight loss journey. Guys, I post every single day. Like nearly every other day, I'm posting like another different before and after of myself. And I find it annoying. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoying. But people are so inspired by it. And you guys, it builds my business. I signed 4 loyal customers today because of that before and after picture. Or even just one picture of me holding a cup of coffee, but me in my yoga pants and my yoga bra or my sports bra. People are like, holy crap, you look freaking bomb. Like I want whatever is in that coffee cup. And so I signed 4 loyal customers today because of that one simple post of me talking about how this one specific, or these couple products changed me. Like they helped me so much. And people can relate to that because I'm a busy mom, and I like food. Like, I'm just a normal person who uses my products, who promotes the products because they help me so much, who talks about my business because I love the business that I'm in and I do it for the people. Talk about that. And, so people just need to know who you are and just post about just a handful of things. Don't try to do everything all at once. And if all you're posting about is it works, then you're not going to do well because people aren't going to like that. They want to see that you are a normal person. They want to see your family still. They want to see what else you're up to instead of just product. Hey, join my team. Product, join my team. Like they don't want to see all that all the time. And so be genuine, post about you and your story, different versions of it every single day. Tell them why you're in this business, why you're taking these products. And yeah.
First of all, I just went and looked for that post and I need that sports bra and those pants.
Fabletics.
Right now. Well, I'm not going to buy any more until after this baby, but, and you guys, going based upon what she said too, people want to be a part of the journey. So I know some of you guys are like, yeah, girl, that's great, but I don't have no before and after yet. You'll get one. People want to be a part of the journey. You say, oh my gosh, I'm drinking my skinny coffee today. I'm so excited. And then 3 days later, you're like, oh my gosh, guys, I lost 3 pounds. Oh my gosh, guys, I lost 1 pound. Oh my gosh, guys, my clothes are fitting looser. Like, people just want to be a part of that journey. Same thing with the money. It goes both ways. So yeah, I love that. You guys, just practice makes perfect. Okay. You're not going to have, when I'm done, you're not going to have the perfect post right now. Sometimes I post something and I'm like, you know what? That sucked. But I'm just going to leave it up there because tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to have something new for tomorrow. Trust me, you have enough time to come up with even better stuff. But just put stuff out there. Just freaking get it out there. Some of my newbies, I'm like, just put it out there, I promise. You will gain interest. You will get better. People will start to pay attention. But also, you'll get better at it. You'll see what's working for your followers and what's not. And just reiterating what Stacy said, you guys, it's so important to interact because if you're not messaging 50 people a day, that means you're waiting for them to come to you. I don't suggest doing that, but if that's how you want to run your business, I've seen people be successful like that, but only if they have good posts with good photos, because social media demands photos. It might be your messy house and being real with them about how crazy your kids are, but it's still going to be a nice edited photo. So when I say nice photo, I don't mean you have to be, at a ball, but it's nice photos with good posts. Okay. And that might be personal, business, product, whatever it is. But those people are never going to see your posts if you do not interact with them. Facebook and Instagram are like that. They used to be chronological. They are no longer. Why do you think sometimes you go and you're like, I already seen this post like 3 days ago? It's because someone else commented on it and bumped it back up. So here's the deal. You must interact with people in order for your posts to be seen by them. And you must be adding new people, because if you have 300 Facebook friends or 300 Instagram followers, that's awesome. But, one might be interested in your business in a year from now, 10 might be your customers, and then 10 might, join your team in 6 months. But you don't want to wait 6 months, do you? So you're always adding to your network. Always, 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 always. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. If any of the leaders want to share anything else, I think that was pretty much really good. Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick. You guys, one thing I've always done, so in the past, all these years, I've literally been only Instagram. That's kind of how I've grown my business, almost 100% Instagram. And this year, I made it a mission and a goal to really just tap into my Facebook market. But because I'm still super focused on Instagram, what I've been really trying to focus on more, to just really, continue to get more business and stuff on Facebook, is going live. If you guys know me, you guys know that I sometimes get super shy about going live. And you guys, I've literally just tackled that by facing it, just like what I was saying earlier, doing it over and over, and just you become more and more comfortable at it when you just continue to do it. And I mean, somebody asked here, like, what do you go live about? It could be anything, you guys, going live about a product, going live about whatever, but just keep on doing it so that you can get, rid of that little fear. But so that's basically what I've been doing this year, going live and doing a lot of interaction kind of questions. So for me, I've been using my pregnancy to pretty much interact with a lot of other mamas. And those are the ones that have gotten blown up where I cannot even keep up with the comments. But it's simple things like the other day, I'm still trying to answer people like, hey, what do you guys buy for your baby? Like 0 to 3 months or newborn clothes? And all these mamas literally blew me up with comments, and I'm just like interacting with every single one of them. And then, you guys can talk about anything like, hey, what's your favorite recipe? Or, hey, where do you buy jeans? Hey, where do you blah, blah, blah. You guys do not make it overcomplicated. I know Christy does a lot of do not complicate it. I know you do a lot of interaction posts too, or like memes and stuff like that. But that's been like some of my 2 biggest tips to grow your Facebook right now: lives and interaction posts, or I guess interaction questions, for you to continue to get those people. Because obviously we know how it works as far as Facebook. Like, if people are interacting with you and you're interacting back with them, those are the people that are actually seeing your posts and lot more. And then what I do here and there is just go into someone's profile that is not in It Works, and then I go and add a ton of people that they're friends with. So just continue to grow your business, you guys. But you can do it on both platforms. Do not miss out. Like, I've literally been missing out on my Facebook market all these years, not because I don't focus on it. I still post whatever I post on Instagram there. But this year, you guys, like, a lot of things have came from Facebook. Host to post blows up better on Facebook. I've been getting so much more, just building relationships, because I can tell Facebook is more about building relationships than it is on Instagram. And I know you're really good at that, Christy, because in Facebook, you're just like, I don't know if it's just more of a personal thing, but people are just able to build more of the relationship there, and you can show more of you. So do that, you guys. Tap into both markets.
And I just post the same thing on both, but like, I wouldn't post a meme on my Instagram feed, but I'll post it on my Instagram story. So I post the same thing on both, but just maybe in different forms, because Instagram just demands 1 post a day. So I make sure it's a nice, beautiful picture. And then on my story, I can blow up whatever I want. But that's what it is. Instagram is in unlimited potential. You can have 100,000 followers. That's a network of 100,000 people. But it's a highlight reel. And then stories, thank goodness, allow some more of the personal things. Instagram TV allows some more of the personal things. But Facebook, I have found, it really does allow you to grow more of a relationship. And so those are how I find a lot of the genuine, like people at the beginning of my business. And now I feel like, let's just say I sign a new distributor. Now we become Facebook friends. I can interact more personally with those things, because when I share, if I just am like, oh my gosh, everything's amazing in my life, it's so awesome, blah, blah, blah. People are like, that's great. You'll get some people that want to join your team. But for Facebook, I can be like, I can say the funny things like, kid for sale, asking for a friend, whatever. And people are like, oh my gosh, me too, but I can't post it on Instagram. Where am I going to post that on Instagram? And so then people are like, hey, she's a freaking real person. Like, she has really good photos and she makes $40,000 a month, but she's actually just a real person working her business. So those are the types of things like I try super hard to show that on my stories more, but Facebook does allow more of a personal connection. So even after you sign distributors, I like to get them over on Facebook to grow that. But you guys, like with Instagram, like blow up your freaking stories. And this is one of my biggest things, you guys. If the picture is long, it belongs on stories. It does not belong on a Facebook post. Okay. So if it's like, extra long and it's not square, it doesn't belong on Facebook as a post. It belongs on your Instagram and your Facebook stories. I can get maybe 120 likes on a post on Instagram, or not Facebook, but on Instagram. And that's great. But if I look at the views on my stories, it's in the hundreds. It's in the 6, 7, 8, 900s. I go where the people go. And right now, the people are on stories. So I go there. I still do my due diligence and I post on my timeline, but I go where the people go. And in the next 6 months, Instagram and Facebook stories are said to be almost the only place people's eyes go when they go on social media. Social media is not going anywhere, you guys. Like, it's blowing up, but it will adapt and you have to adapt with it. So stories, if you're not taking advantage of it, even if it's just on Facebook, use the stories, okay? Use the stories. And the reason why I believe all of you guys should make an Instagram, even if you have no idea how to use it, I understand. When I tried to do the Connect app, I was texting one of my sideline friends and I was like, what? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, people that don't have Instagram, this is what they're feeling. Like, they're so lost. And it brought me back to like real life. But I promise you this, your Facebook friends, 5,000 max. So what the heck do you do then? Right? Instagram, unlimited. So I'm not saying you have to put your heart and your soul into Instagram, but work on it while you're focusing on your Facebook and the thing that you know. But yeah. Okay. So, yes, that's the thing too. If y'all be taking green, black, and bling photos off of Pinterest or off of Google, I'm going to hurt you. Let me show you the do not to do. I totally understand, because sometimes when you Google or you Pinterest it, you're like, oh, perfect. But these photos are old and they are not okay. Social media has grown from there. It should not say it works distributor. I don't even have business owner. It's not that I'm trying to hide anything, because clearly on my stories and on all my posts, I am a network distributor and I am proud. However, I want them to see me for me. So these types of pictures, you guys, abso-pooply not. Don't even think about it. I will find you and I will hunt you down. And I will correct you, because that's my job. You guys never be afraid to coach your distributors. That's your job. I've had people come to me and they're like, how do I tell my girl like that this is just not okay, or that she keeps sharing videos on Facebook, or that she posted this? Or I'm like, just tell her. That's your job. She wants to make money. She wants to be successful. Tell her. You know better. You learned from somebody that knew So you need to teach her. So don't ever be afraid, you guys. If I see something, immediately I'm like, hey, that was a great post, but edit this caption part. I think it would get more interaction, whatever. So never be afraid of that. So anyways, guys, I'm so sorry. We have been on here for so long. Love you all. We're going to close this out. I will have the recording up on YouTube by tomorrow. And I hope you guys all have a good, happy Monday night. And I'll see you later. Bye.